Hey, Scarlett. The other day, I happened to catch a glimpse of your bank statement. Looks like you've saved quite a bit, huh? Huh? Bank statement? I don't recall ever showing it to you. Oh, I just happened to see it by chance. But I was really surprised. I didn't expect you to have that much money saved up. Hold on. That's kind of strange, don't you think? Why bring that up all of a sudden? Oh, don't worry about it. It's just that we're family, so I got a little curious. Since we're going to be living together, I thought it'd be good to start planning for things. Well, even if you say not to worry, we've never really talked about stuff like that before, right? Yeah, that's true. But from now on, it's important that we help each other out, right? Including, money. Wait, helping each other out. It's not like I'm struggling with money or anything. Well, if you think about things like house maintenance and planning for the future, we have our own concerns, House maintenance? But Dad owns his own business, so I don't think it's something we need to worry about that much, right? Yeah, that's true. But lately, there's been a lot going on. Your dad won't always be in great health, and we need to be prepared for that. I see. It's a bit surprising to hear all of this all of a sudden. Is there something you're worried about? Well, to be honest, we haven't fully sorted out the mortgage or future financial planning for this house yet. And since you're part of the family, I thought it'd be good for us to figure it out together. Well, yeah, I understand. It just makes me feel a little more at ease knowing you'll be around. So I figured we should start thinking about the future and have a real conversation about it. If we're going to talk about this, shouldn't we consult with Dad first? Of course. I'll talk to Jack about it too. Hey, what would you like for dinner tonight? I was thinking I'd make one of your favorite dishes. How does that sound? Excited? Will you be home early today? What time do you think you'll get back? I've got some stuff to wrap up today, so I likely won't be back until about 9 p.m. at the earliest. So please go ahead and have dinner with Dad first. Oh, really? I haven't had dinner with you in a while, Scarlett, and I'm feeling a bit lonely. I'm sorry. My work has just been really busy lately. If there is a day I can come home early, I'll be sure to let you know. I know it's great that you're so dedicated to your job, but I really worry that you might overwork yourself and end up getting sick. Harper, you're worrying too much. I'm not a kid anymore, I can manage my own life, so please don't worry about me. Is that so? But Jack is worried too, He often says you're working too hard. Then tell Dad that he should work more, not me. Oh, but Jack works hard too, Owning his own business is quite impressive, don't you think? Yeah, that's true. By the way, the wedding is coming up soon, right? Have you talked about things like that with Dad? Things like... Well, about each other in the future. Well, little by little. But Jack is about 10 years older than me, right? So it's nice to know he's dependable. And now, I've got such a responsible daughter too. My future is looking bright. I'm glad you feel that way, but I still think it's better if you have a proper talk with Dad at least once. It's fine. Jack and I always say we're at ease as long as you're around. You even helped me pick out my wedding dress, didn't you? Honestly, I was so happy at that moment, you know? You see, I never had kids with my ex-husband. So, when I realized that a wonderful girl like you would become my daughter, it was really emotional for me. Oh, come on, Harper, knock it off. I'm really not someone worth all that praise. Oh, stop being so modest. Besides, Jack was against the idea of the wedding at first, right? Oh, you are right. He kept saying, at my age, I don't want a wedding. Exactly. I never had a wedding before, but he wouldn't listen when I said I really wanted one. But then, you stepped in and put your foot down. And that's how we got him to agree to the ceremony. It's all thanks to you, Scarlett. Thank you so much. Oh no, it's nothing like that. You've already helped me so much, Harper. And ever since you moved in, you've taken on all the housework and taken care of Dad. I'm really grateful for that. To be honest, I'm not very good at house chores, so I've left most of it to you. On top of that, you're always so considerate and kind to me, and I truly appreciate it. I just want you and Dad to be even happier from now on. Seeing you two getting along makes me feel at ease, and I really hope this happiness continues forever. That's why I'd like to help out with the wedding and anything else as much as I can. Oh, Scarlett, you really are such a kind person. Having such a thoughtful daughter is a blessing for both me and your dad. Honestly, I didn't expect Jack to have such a wonderful daughter. At first, I was a little nervous about what kind of person you'd be. But now, every day is truly enjoyable thanks to you. Having someone as responsible as you around makes it easier for me to think about the future without worry. I'm really, truly grateful. Well, I kind of think that too. But really, I'm just glad the wedding went off without a hitch. It was a lot of work to prepare everything, but I'm relieved that it all went smoothly. You and Dad seem to have been looking forward to it so much, and I'm happy I could help in some way. Yes, it truly made me so happy. Thanks to you, we were able to have such a wonderful wedding. It feels like a dream. Plus, you even helped us out financially. I'm really so grateful. But you know, I kind of wish Jack would have been a little more generous. He owns his business after all, so don't you think he could have covered the wedding expenses without being so stingy? Yeah, you've got a point. But since he was against the idea of the wedding from the start, the fact that he even agreed to participate is progress in itself. And honestly, his lack of enthusiasm is nothing new. He's always been like that. Yeah, you're right. But I didn't have much in savings either, so in the end, you ended up covering things for me. I wonder if that was really okay. I've been a little worried about it. Please don't worry about that. Dad may have a hands-off approach, but I still feel grateful for the way he raised me. And going forward, I know I'll be counting on you to take care of him. So as for the wedding expenses, really, don't stress about it. I'm happy to help however I can. Thank you so much. It feels like it's a dream come true, getting to marry Jack, having such a wonderful daughter like you, and living in such a big house. None of this would have been possible without you, Scarlett. Oh, please, don't flatter me so much. Oh, I'd better get back to work now. Let me know if anything comes up. Oh, right. Sorry for interrupting. Be careful on your way home, okay? It's going to feel a bit lonely not seeing you for a while. But this is something wonderful for you, Harper. So don't worry about things here and enjoy yourself to the fullest. Did you arrive safely? Yeah, thanks. Well, let me know if anything comes up. Well then... Oh, wait a second. Huh? What is it? Scarlett, when's the soonest you can move out? Excuse me? I know it's sudden, but I'd like to know when you'll be able to leave this house. Wait, move out? What do you mean? I don't really understand what you're saying. Oh, don't you get it? I'm not saying anything complicated. I'm just asking about the day you'll be moving out. Can you let me know when you're planning to leave? Wait, hold on. I never said anything about moving out. Isn't there some kind of misunderstanding here? No misunderstanding at all. You see, Scarlett, I've made the decision. You're going to have to leave this house. What? What are you talking about? You can't just spring this on me out of nowhere. It makes no sense. Harper, what's going on? You've never brought this up before. What's there not to understand? Jack and I got through the wedding, and we've submitted our marriage paperwork. We're officially married now, so there's no longer any reason for you to stay here. I mean, I know you got married, but what does that have to do with me moving out? Well, since it's all out in the open now, I'll be honest. I never liked you from the beginning. In fact, I hated you. You always gave off this vibe like I'm the one supporting my dad, and it really rubbed me the wrong way. You're the one who's been living off Jack, not the other way around. Harper, you never said anything like that before. Why now all of a sudden? You've always been so kind. What happened to you? Oh, that? That was just an act, of course. I was a little grateful when you covered the wedding expenses, sure. But that's over now. You see, I've got Jack's money in this house all to myself. So I don't need a bratty stepdaughter like you around anymore. This can't be real. Everything I've worked so hard for, it was all for nothing. Of course I'm grateful for the money you gave us. I was nice to you just to get you to pay for the wedding. And you even covered the honeymoon costs. Honestly, that helped a lot. So yeah, thanks for the money. You're kidding. So all that kindness was just about the money? Was that really it? Of course. A stepdaughter with no blood relation? You mean nothing to me. If you didn't have money, I wouldn't want anything to do with you. From the start, all I cared about was your dad's money in this big house. And now that I've got it, you, the outsider, need to leave. How could you say that? Harper, don't you think that's too much? I genuinely wanted you and Dad to be happy. I've been working so hard for that, even coming up with the money to make it happen. Well, I did say I was grateful, didn't I? But you're no longer needed. Can you pack your things and be out by the time we get back from our honeymoon? Fine, I understand. If you're going to go that far, I'll leave. But don't come crying to me when things go wrong. I've got Jack after all. I don't need to rely on you anymore. Goodbye, Scarlett. Do your best to live a lonely life on your own. Hey, Scarlett. How's it going? Enjoying living on your own? Well, I'm sure you can handle things just fine by yourself. So I'm not too worried. What do you want now? I'm living my lonely life like you said, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't bother me. Oh, don't say that. I reached out because I have something I need to ask you. Something you need to ask? Why don't you ask Dad instead? Jack doesn't really listen to me. That's why I went out of my way to contact you. Is that how you treat your mother? Mother? Harper, are you kidding me? Right after you got married, you flipped on me and kicked me out of the house. Now you want to act like a mother? I'm sorry, but I don't see how you've done anything that deserves that title. I can't think of a single thing you've done for me. My, how rude. You really are an insolent, unpleasant child. There's absolutely no charm in the way you talk or act. Kicking you out of the house was the right decision. I don't need a daughter like you in my home. Oh, is that so? Well, I guess that worked out for the best then. Honestly, life has been much easier since I left. So what do you need? I'm busy, so I don't have time for pointless conversations. Just get to the point. Ah, right. I wanted to ask how you've been managing the finances up until now. Whenever I ask Jack, he just dodges the question, so I can't get a straight answer. I'm starting to feel like he's hiding something. What's going on? The finances? I've been supporting us. What about it? Is there some kind of problem? What? What are you talking about? Gosh, so Dad really hasn't told you anything, huh? All the money you thought was coming from him has actually been mine. I've been supporting both Dad's and your lifestyle this whole time. You didn't know that? What? What are you even talking about? That's impossible. Are you seriously trying to lie to get me to come back? You can't honestly think I'd believe that and come crawling back to you. Oh, don't worry. I'm not expecting anything like that. I'm just telling you the truth. I have no reason to lie, and I certainly don't want you back in my life. Oh, really? Who do you think is going to believe such a ridiculous story? Jack owns his own company and you're just some regular employee. Who would believe that you've been supporting us? It's obvious who's been supporting whom. It's pathetic to make up such a lie. You've really hit rock bottom. It's not a lie. If you can't accept reality, that's fine. But the truth doesn't change. Oh, please. Don't you feel sad telling such an obvious lie? If Jack found out his own daughter had turned into someone so twisted, he'd be heartbroken. I mean, anyone would be disappointed to have a lying daughter. Jesus Christ. Well, if you don't want to believe it, that's your choice. But just remember, if you ask Dad, he'll tell you the same thing. I'm sure he'll confirm the truth. What are you saying? Are you implying Jack knows you've been supporting him? That's impossible. You must be out of your mind. If you don't believe me, that's fine. But just know that I'm done with both of you. I have no intention of offering any more help or support. From now on, the two of you can figure things out on your own. What's with that attitude? I went out of my way to reach out after all this time. Jack was surprised when he found out you left. But now, we're living a super lovey-dovey life every day. Good for you. I'm not sure how long that will last, though. But enjoy it while you can. Of course it'll last forever. Maybe you should stop burying yourself in work and get married too. Although with your arrogant attitude, I doubt anyone would want you. Well, see ya. Scarlett, it's Harper. I really need to talk to you about something. There's something I've been struggling with. Do you have a moment? What is it? I thought I made it clear that I didn't want to have anything to do with you anymore. No, it's not that. Well, I wanted to apologize to you. Apologize? What's brought this on all of a sudden? Wait, please, hear me out. I've realized how awful I've been to you. I truly regret all the terrible things I said to you. What is this? Your attitude has changed so much. It's honestly kind of scary. No, I really mean it. I just want to apologize. Why the sudden change? You're acting like a completely different person from just a few days ago. Well, I talked to Jack. You talked to my dad? What did you ask him? He told me that you've been the one supporting us all this time. When I heard that... that idiot finally confessed. I wondered when he was going to tell you, especially since you seemed completely clueless after you moved in. I honestly didn't think he'd keep quiet this long, but here we are. His pride really is ridiculous. So, Jack was telling the truth after all. Scarlett, please, can you come back? What? Let's live together as a happy family, the three of us. I'll support you with your work, so please, can you provide for us? We won't be able to survive without your help. Drop dead. What? Wait, Scarlett, what did you just say? I said exactly what I meant. Whether or not you two can survive is none of my concern. What are you talking about? Your father's and mother's lives are on the line here. Are you really going to abandon your parents? Yes. Excuse me? I'll abandon you as many times as it takes. And honestly, I don't consider either of you my parents anymore. What are you saying? This must be some kind of joke, right? There's no way I can believe that. I've always been kind to you. I treated you like family, and this is how you repay me? I can't believe this is really happening. But I'm just telling you the truth. Sure, maybe you were nice to me at times, but in the end, you're the one who kicked me out. You didn't see me as family. You turned your back on me the moment it was convenient. And now, the second you find out what you thought was Dad's company is actually mine, you want me to come back? Don't you think that's just a bit too convenient? Well, how was I supposed to know? I really thought it was Jack's company. If I'd known the truth, I would have been grateful to you from the start. Why didn't you say anything? Well, yeah, it was Dad who started the company originally. But with his personality, there was no way it was going to succeed. It only started running properly when I stepped in to help. Dad told me he was handing it over to me, and I needed to take good care of it. So I've been running the company as its president ever since. It's not really that complicated. No way! I had no idea. I always thought Jack was running the company, and I relied on what I thought was his income. But it turns out it was all your doing. Why did you tell me sooner? If I had known, I would have thanked you much earlier. Thank me? Even if you say that now, honestly, I don't feel anything. In the end, you just used me for your own benefit, right? And now that you're in trouble, you want me to come back. But I have no intention of doing that. Please, don't say that. Come back. Jack spent all our savings on gambling. I really don't know what to do anymore. If things keep going like this, we're really going to be in serious trouble. Isn't that your own fault? I don't care. If that's the result, You two should take responsibility for yourselves. It has nothing to do with me, and I'm not going to help. Scarlett! Please, I'm begging you, help us. We're family. Don't abandon us. I really don't know what to do in this situation. You're the only one we can rely on. No, I simply don't want to. I have no reason to help, and considering everything that's happened, I don't even feel like helping. Oh, and I forgot to mention, that mansion you're living in, I built it. This house is mine, actually. What? You built it? Yes, but I've decided to sell it. Sell this house? What are you talking about? So, you'll need to move out as soon as possible. While you were on your honeymoon, I had a real estate agent come over, take photos, and list it online. It seems there's a lot of interest, so I think it'll be sold quickly. You might want to start packing up sooner rather than later. What? Then where are we supposed to live? Who knows? Figure it out together as a couple. No! Please, help us! What are we supposed to do now? No house, no money. If we're thrown out like this, we'll be homeless. I told you it's your own fault. From now on, you should start thinking things through together. But you're our daughter. We're family. How can you just abandon us like this? Please, reconsider. I have no intention of doing anything for you anymore. It's unfortunate, but it's too late. You two can start a new life together. Goodbye. I completely cut ties with Harper. Of course, I did the same with my father. Honestly, there was a part of me that felt a little guilty, but you reap what you sow couldn't be more fitting for those two. After I sold the house, they had nowhere to go and eventually started working day jobs just to get by. Harper, in particular, threw a fit at first, refusing to work because of her pride. But without money, she didn't have a choice. I can't help but laugh when I remember the look on her face when they returned from their honeymoon, to find the house already sold. Now she's stuck doing temp work, and her pride has been shattered to pieces. The woman who used to look down on me and brag about her house and wealth now finds herself having to be humble around others every single day. It's ironic, isn't it? Meanwhile, I've started a new chapter in my life and the company is expanding smoothly. I've regained what I built and am now even more successful than before. This company is my pride and joy, and I plan to keep working hard and growing it even further.